morning.
Good morning.
It's a remarkably exciting day for all of us, and we're going to go through this brief ceremony. I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here this morning. What I'm going to do first is introduce someone of great importance in my life, my family's life, and in all of the world of Boda Borg, and that is our chairman, Larry O'Toole. I'll bring him up here in a moment, but I just want to tell you a very brief story. When I first discovered Boda Borg in Sweden back in 2007, I went home and I went to Larry's house and I said, we have to do this. It's just something we have to do. And we talked about a lot of things, and there's this little thing called Disney Quest that was one of them just recently, and I said, you know, I'd have never brought you that, but I will bring you Boda Borg because it's that special, it's that unique. We're going to change the world with this thing that we call Boda Borg and Reality Gaming. Larry O'Toole.
All right.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world of questing. It's a pleasure to be the first speaker up here this morning. Massachusetts is filled with being first because of a lot of great leadership over the years. The first in subway systems, the first with a college system, the first in public parks. The list goes on and on. So Boda Borg is thrilled to be added to that esteemed list of firsts in the state of Massachusetts, and thrilled to be part of Malden. So thank you to everybody in the state government, city government, for the wonderful vision and support in helping us be here. I also have a personal connection to Malden, and that is my parents actually lived here over 60 years ago over on Mountain Avenue. So the chief and I were just talking about trying to get a picture of the house so I could show it to them. People ask, why the U.S. now? You've been in Europe. What's the reason for coming to the United States with this wonderful opportunity, a wonderful concept? And the answer was, we found the right state, we found the right city, and we found the right business partner with Chad and Trish. And all of that came together to make this the right time to bring the concept here. And when people say, what is the concept? We simply say, you know what? Entertainment, fun in general, needs a refresh. And we believe Boda Borg is that refresh. So for all the people that are going to walk through that door and say, what is this thing called questing? We say, come on in, enjoy it, and just have exhilarating fun. So I want to just say thank you on behalf of the Boda Borg Corporation, and want to bring David back up, who absolutely, when he walked into my front door that day and said, we got to do this, he said, we had a great vacation in Sweden. He said the people were fantastic, and I found this innovation that the Swedish have started. We've got to get involved with it. So to the man who saw it initially and bringing it this way, David Spigner, come on back. Thank you.
All right, so almost 8 years ago, my family and I were on a farm in a place called Ripsa in Sweden, which is near a little town called Nyköping. And I'm going to make this very brief, but this is the actual real story. My oldest daughter at the time was 20 years old, and we were 6 people in a very small house because Sweden likes houses small. So there's only one toilet in there, one shower, and she decided to use all the water that morning before the rest of the family woke up because she feared that she wouldn't get any hot water. Well, hot water disappeared. My wife panicked, sent me to the farm lady's door to say, get us more hot water. That's actually what happened. And the farm lady said, we'll work on the hot water, but you guys have to do this thing called Boda Borg. And I said, what's Boda Borg? And she said, she described it, it sounded like an arcade, and I said, we don't want to do that. And she said, no, I'm describing it wrong. You have to go. It's only 10 kilometers away. So I went back and I told my family about this thing that she called Boda Borg, and I said, we shouldn't do that, and they overrode me. They outvoted me. They said, let's go. I said, okay, it's only 10 kilometers. Turned out to be 40 kilometers. I was very angry by the time I got there because of the 40 kilometers. And then I met that guy, Stefan Kimi, right there behind the counter. And Stefan, if you meet him, he's very happy, very energetic. He's like this. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. But it was infectious. We went into this thing called questing, and we fell in love. My kids fell in love. My wife fell in love. My oldest daughter fell in love with it. And that's why we're here today, because she hates everything. Hates everybody, except for her now husband. And she said, Dad, I'll give you $20 6 or 7 times a day to go to a place like that. And I almost had an accident driving the car. The rest is history. We bought Boda Borg, we went back the next day, and that young lady there named Anna called us down and she said, will the Americans come to the reception? Will the Americans come to the reception desk? And the rest is history. We actually own Boda Borg today. So that's how we got it. It's been a great journey. It's been a long time. We bought this thing in the middle of a global recession. It has, actually it was a bad time to buy it, but it was a great time to get in there and dig in and refine it and understand the operation strategies and the overall business strategies, and that's what we spent our time doing, and that's why we're here today. I have to thank a lot of people. Obviously, I have to thank my Boda Borg Europe staff. They're all back there, you know, being Christian, Jimmy, Stefan Silverberg, great job. They've been here for many, many months, and while they're here, they also support 8 locations back in Sweden every single day. Those guys almost don't sleep, and I'm very grateful to them. Thank you. I have to thank Boda Borg Europe staff, Stefan, Anna, Erica, who are here from our locations in Sweden, helping train Chad and Trish and their team how to run this location. We have to thank the City of Malden and Mayor Christensen and Kevin Duffy and everyone associated with Malden and even the state of Massachusetts for welcoming us so graciously. We are so, so grateful. Thank you very, very much to all of you. We have to thank Ironwood, Molly and Risa and Latitude and so many contractors who spent tireless hours helping to convert this 105-year-old building into what you see today. And we've kept some of the legacy. As you see, we've repurposed some of the buildings of the old Sparks operation, so we're very happy about that as well. We have to thank our shareholders, and Larry and Jonathan Lukoff, who's here, one of our key shareholders, and many shareholders who can't be here today. Howard Barmer, who's both a board member and a key technical advisor. So many more. Mr. Mai, thank you for making the building available to us. So there's so many people that I wish I could go through the entire list. If I've missed you, I do apologize, but we do have to move on today. One of the things I'd like to do is just to tell you a little bit about the future. Our plans are certainly to spread this not only throughout the United States, gotta have to be successful here first, so we're gonna work on that first, and also throughout the rest of Europe and other parts of the world. We're getting calls from every place right now. So we'll take it step by step. We'll be very judicious about where we go and when, but this is not the last place we intend to go. It's the first. It's a beginning for us. And then what I'd like to do is do something that we do with every new owner of a Boda Borg location. And that is, I need Chad and Trish up here, please, just one moment. And what we do with every new Boda Borg owner, it's a franchise operation here, is we present them with a new Boda Borg driving jacket because they're going places. And so this says Boda Borg, Boston, first U.S. location. This one is for Trish. Thank you. This one is for Chad.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right, so with that, let's get a picture of them. Got to get that jacket on there first, though. Now, it's true, Stefan has one of these. He's an owner of Boda Borg Axilla Sum. All the owners of our locations have one of these jackets. Chad and Trish are the first owners to have it with the actual color Boda Borg logo on it, so they do have a distinction. Okay, with that, I'm going to actually bring Chad back up here in just a second, but I want to tell you a little bit about him. We get many calls. I've gotten, I can't even count how many calls. It has to be in the hundreds now of people wanting to own one of these. We need the right location, we need the right city, we need the right person. Chad has a wonderful pedigree. Chad and Trish are a great couple, great family, they're a great everything. But one of the biggest reasons they're here, one of the biggest reasons we said yes to them isn't because of all of that, although that played a role. It's because of Massachusetts, and it's because he fell in love with Boda Borg. He understood what we were trying to do. He was like a kid in a candy store. When I tell an executive, take off your hat and go actually play, they usually don't. they keep the corporate hat on, and I say goodbye. Chad didn't do that. He became a kid, and now he owns a Boda Borg. Chad Ellis.
So, David's right. It doesn't take too much to get me to be a kid, but Boda Borg definitely does it. Everyone's talked about Boda Borg. I'm going to talk a little bit about Malden. A lot of people have said, why Malden? Why is Malden the first place you came? And I think a year or two from now, no one's ever going to ask that question again, given what is happening in Malden and what's going to continue happening here. But I can tell you that for us, we didn't start thinking Malden. We started thinking Boston. I came here for graduate school, and like a lot of people, stayed in the Boston area, and I began looking for locations somewhere in the greater Boston area. One of the locations that came up was this building here, and my very first meeting to look at this building, Mayor Christensen and Kevin Duffy were in that meeting selling Malden and telling me about their plans and how they would work with me to make sure that we were able to launch successfully. And that was an incredible, incredible thing for us. Since then, this city has been more welcoming than I could possibly have asked for. I have had people come in and offer help. I've had all of the state representatives and state senators meet with me in their offices and say, we are here to help you get this through. If you need anyone to talk to, if you need anyone to expedite something and we can help in any way, let us do it. I have always felt throughout this process like I had the entire city of Malden at my back, and that is an incredible thing, both for me, but also for what I know that means for other businesses that are thinking about coming to Malden. I know that people are always talking about how great cities are wherever they are, but it's really different here than any other city or any other town in the greater Boston area that I looked at. I never had anything close to what we had in Malden. So to Mayor Christensen, to Kevin Duffy, to all of their staff, to the state representatives and state senators, and everyone involved who has been so amazing on this project, thank you. To this community that has come in and said, Sparks is really special. It's great that something special and different is coming in here, that's going to be worthy of what this space means to Malden. Thank you for putting that trust in us. Thank you for being excited about Boda Borg. And we are so happy to be here and so happy to be part of Malden's future. So thank you very much. I'll bring Kevin Duffy back to the stage.
Chad, you weren't supposed to make me cry, so I'll move on quickly. Just want to recognize a few more people that came in. Councilor Barbara Murphy. City Councilor J.D. Sika. School Committee Person Adam Weldi. And one of my favorite people in the city, Executive Director of the Malden Chamber of Commerce, Jenna Cochamilio. Now, to speak briefly on behalf of the legislative delegation, I'd like to ask State Representative Steve Altrino to come to the microphone, please.
Notice everyone is taller who spoke before. I won't take that as an offense. But, I was first introduced when Chad and Stefan came to the State House to meet with Representative Donato, myself, Representative Broda, and State Senator Lewis, and we were talking about permits. And when we were talking to state inspectors, they're like, what are you talking about, questing? And they didn't understand the whole permitting process because it's really one of a kind here in Massachusetts. And out of 160 state reps, and when we're together in the chamber and we have some free time, that's when we try to brag about something that's in our district. And of course, I don't run out of anything to brag about, and I think many of them are sick of hearing me talk about Malden, but this is just another great thing that we can brag about. And as an educator and someone who's always focused on helping children, I also think, and many people won't mention this, but speaking to Chad and Stefan, is this could help a lot of folks that might have maybe a disability, or maybe they're lacking something, whether it's education or they have a physical disability. And that's what excites me the most, because as someone who always focuses on the children and those people in need, this could do so much for so many people. And to have it in the city of Malden, the only location in the United States, is an honor. So for Boda Borg International, thank you for choosing Malden. We're so honored to have you, and I want to thank Jenna for extending the Chamber of Commerce and just being a welcoming city. So congratulations to you, Chad. I have a citation I'll leave here for you. It's just something from Speaker of the House, and if you want to come up, I can give it to you now. On behalf of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offered sincere congratulations to Chad Ellis in recognition of bringing creative and engaging opportunities to Malden through Boda Borg's first United States location. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success. On behalf of Robert DeLeo, Speaker of the House, Steve Altrino, State Representative. Congratulations. Again, enjoy Boda Borg. Please tell all your friends and family, and thank you for your attention.
And just to recognize a few more folks that came in, City Councilor Craig Spatafor, and City Councilor John Matheson. Now we're getting on to 10 o'clock. I know there's a lot of people here waiting to quest. We have one final speaker. It's the man you've been hearing about all morning, Mayor Gary Christensen.
Good morning, everyone, and very, very smart move having me speak last, knowing that we have to open at 10 o'clock. And to, first just to Chad, David, Larry, what else is there to say but tech, which in Swedish means thank you. One of the top issues I heard back in 2011 while campaigning for mayor was the need to revitalize the downtown. Residents talked about the need for something that would complement the burgeoning restaurant scene, a business that would make an investment in our community and attract more people to come to our square, something that would create new jobs, a new concept that would generate a buzz on social media and put us on the map. I never would have imagined that we would accomplish all this through one business, but Boda Borg Boston has done it. Boda Borg Boston's total investment in this project is nearly $4 million. They currently have 14 employees and will grow to 20 over time. There are also 3 Malden High School students working part-time right now. One of the most, if not the most, anticipated openings we've had with press coverage from all over the region. We've had over 10,000 likes, shares, and retweets on our social media presence. They understand our motto, strong past, proud future, as they lead us into the future. They preserve some of our past, with the original stairs to my left that were here when Sparks came online, to the doors over here. And I can tell you that I know these stairs well because I walked down there to buy my first members only jacket, and I think I was the only one to buy it. We've already had visitors from out of state who have traveled to Malden, and the one thing that really has pleased us is we've already seen how this will complement the downtown. Just the other day, the Harvard School of Public Health booked Boda Borg in the morning and the afternoon, and then they went down the street and they booked All Seasons table. Now, none of this would be possible without some hard work and dedication along the way. First, I want to single out someone who brought the concept together. You had the building owner here, you had Chad in Everett, and this person took the time to let us know that this was percolating and that we should get involved with it. And I want you all to give a big round of applause for Steve Norton from Burgess Properties. I also want to take a moment and thank the company that built this beautiful business. And a credit to Chad, Mai, and the rest of the folks the company is from right here in Malden. And leading the way for Ironwood Design Build is Molly Pigeon. Molly? And then where do all these people stay when they come in from overseas while this place is being built? And we had someone right here in Malden that owns the Treetop Suites. I don't think she could be here today, but I like what David said about the Treetop Suites, and he said it's like being in heaven. So if you haven't had a chance to stay there, I would encourage all of you to do, and in the meantime, we should thank Candace Julian. I especially want to thank Kevin Duffy from my office, who spent many days, including weekends, to help facilitate this unique venture. This might explain how he's already completed 8 of the 16 quests. Seriously, Kevin, along with the building owner, Mylau, I want to stop there and give him a round of applause. Mike, thank you. Everybody should have an opportunity to meet him, because what he did, bought the building, and one of the first things he did, which is rare in this business, met with us to see how we could work together. He just didn't take any fly-by business. He wanted to really value our commitment to the community, and I couldn't say enough about Mike. And then, of course, Boda Borg Boston's Chad and Trish, they could write a book on never giving up on your goals. And I want to especially end by thanking them. There is a Swedish proverb that I think says it all. You never wait too long when you wait for something good. So let's cut the ribbon and experience the quest.